Episode 29. The life around you is training you. Have you ever noticed that almost everything around you is trying to shape who you are? Every conversation, every relationship, every habit, every screen, every song, every headline, every notification, every voice. Something is always training you. The question isn't whether you're being shaped. The question becomes, what is shaping you? Most men think they'll become the man they want to be simply because they want it badly enough. And I used to think that way too. But wanting something and training for it are two very different things. You don't accidentally become physically healthy. You don't accidentally build a great marriage. You don't accidentally become financially wise. And you don't accidentally become spiritually mature. Everything you're becoming is being trained. That's why I believe one of the most important questions a man can ask isn't, what do I want? It's, what's training me? Because eventually your environment starts speaking louder than your intentions. Think about your average day. What do you listen to? Who influences your thinking? What fills the silence? What conversations are you having? What do you scroll? What do you watch? What do you laugh at? What do you complain about? What do the people around you value? Because over time, those things begin to shape you. Not all at once, quietly, almost invisibly. And that's what makes it so powerful. One of the most influential principles that I've learned is this: you become like the people you spend the most time with. And those people can be in your immediate sphere, but they can be, people you spend time with virtually as well. That you read, the stuff that you read, what you put in your eyes, what you put in your ears, what you put in your heart, right? Not because you're weak, because that's how God designed us. Human beings absorb culture. We absorb habits. We absorb language. We absorb language. When I say we absorb language, we absorb words. And if you think about it for just a moment, words carry thousands of years worth of meaning. The words that we hear, the words that we speak. We absorb standards, we absorb expectations. And that's why two men can work at the same company, live in the same city, make similar money, run the same types of businesses, and become completely different guys. One is intentional. One is intentional about what he allows to shape him. The other simply accepts whatever happens. And because we're being honest, most of us don't pay that much attention to our environment. We just assume it doesn't matter. But man, it does. More than we think. Look at elite athletes. This is a great example, right? It's easy to just watch sports and criticize the guys the people on the field, not the guys, the men and women in the game, the athletes. But man, look at how they work. Look at their work ethic. Great musicians too. Great musicians spend time with great musicians. Great craftsmen learn from great craftsmen. Excellence has always been contagious. But so has mediocrity, dude. So has complaining. So has fear. So has drift. So brother, check this out. You don't rise to your intentions. You slowly become your environment. And that sentence changed the way that I look at my own life because it forced me to ask some uncomfortable questions. Is what I'm listening to making me more peaceful or more anxious? Is what I'm watching making me more grateful or more cynical? Are the conversations that I'm having pulling me closer to God or further away? And are the people around me calling me higher or helping me justify staying exactly where I'm at? And those are hard questions, but they are honest ones. And honest questions lead to honest change. When I look at the life of Jesus, and I told you when I've told you in previous episodes, when I decided I needed to shape up the people that I was surrounding myself all the time, I decided to make the number one Jesus, right? reading, learning, studying the life of Jesus. How do you build a relationship? You watch the people. You learn from them. You talk with them. You listen to them. So I decided to build a great friendship with Jesus Christ by learning, listening, and talking to him. And when you look at the life of Jesus, one thing stands out to me. He was incredibly intentional about who he spent time with. Yes, he loved everyone, I know, but he didn't give everyone equal influence. He spoke to the crowds, he invested in the 12, and then there were 3, Peter, James, and John. The closer the mission, the closer the relationships became. That wasn't an accident. It was very intentional because even Jesus understood that proximity mattered. Not even Jesus. Of course Jesus understood. Jesus taught us that proximity matters. The people closest to you shape you, not just by what they say, by what they celebrate, by what they tolerate, by what they pursue. And here's something I've learned through coaching, guys. Most men don't need someone to tell them they're failing, right? How many people stand up around you and tell you that, dude, you're failing? Most guys don't need that. They already know where they're struggling. Here's what I think dudes need more of, is someone who reminds them who they're becoming. Someone who tells them the truth. Someone who believes in the potential that they were created for and that more is possible. Someone who refuses to let them settle. That's what good environments do. They don't just make you feel better. That's easy, right? A bottle of whiskey, a few cold beers, that'll make me feel better. Hanging out and doing nothing, that makes me feel better. But they don't make me better, right? Those things don't make me better. Scripture says, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. Dude, from the Bible, iron doesn't sharpen itself. It takes contact, friction, truth, relationship. Brother, take an honest look at your life today. Take a look at your calendar, your conversations, your music, your social media, your friendships, your habits, your routines. They're all voting on the man that you're becoming. So here's the question I want to leave with you today. If your life continues to be shaped by the exact same environment you're living in today, who are you going to be 5 years from now? Because the future you're hoping for is usually hidden inside the environment you're choosing today. So listen, if today's episode made you stop and think about what's shaping your life, head over to resurrectionkings.com. You're going to find the podcast, the Real Fight Field Guide, the Sivern app, our coaching path, all designed to help men renew the way they think about who God created them to be. It's not about Mike. It's not about my stuff. It's not because I built it. It's because it all points to God. The world is shaping every man. The question is whether you're becoming more like the world or more like the man God created you to be. And we're just getting started.